So the thieves that been coming out, these are two thieves. Something is being taken away from the main male and the main female. They lost.
He wants a Big Brother house. Removed. Have you ever seen Big Brother?
Somebody disappeared.
Ooh.
These thieves could be trying to go on a run. Somebody could be trying to go on a run December 2024. They could be thinking about that, okay? Please. Or they could have thought about that in the beginning of the year. They could have stole something in the beginning of the year, these two. It looked like she got credit cards or something in her hands. Something about credit cards, transactions.
Because it's like, have high vibes about it, but then you see the rest of the story.
Like he's stealing something from her.
That ain't like
she's smiling.
People
she's smiling for it. Who the fuck get robbed and be smiling? You know what I'm talking about?
Hear this, see? You don't want to go
so sort of negotiation.
So when they say that, that means if they seen that video of me going, oh, what are they doing? They can say, look, we're friends. We're playing a game. And why would it be doing that? It's called high vibes, right? Until assholes turn up. I've got a whole story of it. Let's continue. Including the assholes of the system. They're not high vibe, are they? They're going to be, as soon as I get robbed, run out there crazy with a fucking stick, beat the fuck out of them, and then throw them over in the corner to their place and go cry about it. I caught you stealing, I caught you damaging. And do it while they're doing it. You can't laugh about it. You can't go approach them and ask them why they do such things. You can't go and give them a bit of heart and go, why are you people so evil, and cry about it a little bit with them. They laugh at you. You can't go to the police and complain about them because they're the same as them. Pretty crazy, eh? That's my story. Video after video after video. While these people keep me here and watch things. They are sick in their head. And keep doing what they're just doing to me now, right? While I've got to run off and then try to do something, and then they'll propaganda a story about it. That I apparently want materials, all this shit, rah, booty, hooty, booty. Why their shit that was shit goes up while they propaganda. How do we see that everywhere around the world? News crew, America, robberies, robbing, selling. You people have got some problems, and the Pope's like, I'm fucking out of here. Now, Tim wants me around, stay around a little bit, healed, before I died. Fucking out of here. See how the next Pope goes, as the leaders would say, isn't it? Poor fella. But hey, he tried to fix the place of sin, and they got the next one coming now. As everything attacks, you know what I mean? It's not bad.
Is somebody missing?
I'm eating last year's Easter eggs. Lucky I'm good at, reserving and good with my money and things. I'm not a big greedy person. In fact, I've sacrificed all my life. Emma knows that. Emma gets to eat well because I don't. If I ate as well as her, I've talked to her many of times, we wouldn't be able to eat. She wouldn't be able to eat as much as she can or get the things that she wants. Right? As I've already got too many debts. I've already got so many issues more than her. Right? And so I've got to sacrifice in more areas to catch up from all the devil's attacks. Right? I can hover outside, right, shoot diamonds out of my ass, and the devil will run and collect it and it won't help me. Pretty sad, eh? But that's the world we live in for a lot of people.
Somebody trying to disappear now.
And now we've got AIs.
Somebody trying to get gold.
The devil's children to come in and do it better. If you don't have one, you're going to be even more left behind.
Something get low.
Until the end story, where they count their points.
Yes, the cops is after somebody.
And that's not too far away. It seems to happen a lot in humans seeing repeat history.
This means the police, the government, this means that there's going to be some sort of authority or disciplinary actions towards.
Now, when it comes to old things with old history, you can forgive and heal. Definitely over time if nothing happens. But if nothing happens and they come back to the old selves, right, and do the old things like in tarot stories, right, where they trick and deceive. See, their stories always starts off good, turns out bad, right? And we've got all sorts of stories that continue from there of why that happens when it leads to the devil and all those things and bad spirits and contacts. And as far as I'm concerned, I think they're heading to the same path as the last. Let me know in comments if you believe that's wrong. But that's what I see. I hear all about the energy and everything last few years. And since then, has things gotten better around the world or worse for most people?
Steve's.
And if they'll tell them the truth, it should have got better. They weren't, it would get the same. And if they got it and they're abusing it for their benefit, then things will get worse, but then some areas would get better. You know what I mean? Because they're using it for their benefit. They're bad guys.
We got a child.
They're the ones that benefit off wars.
About a false person.
So they can love. Pretty crazy, huh?
That they went on this journey with to win money. They thought they were with they thought they hit the jackpot with this courtship to cause somebody illness in their family. So the child could be somebody in your family. Somebody thought like
who got sick recently?
As long as don't nothing get confirmation.
In spirit realm.
Come back to me, I'm cool. Like I don't want nobody know.
These people set up people. Good luck trying to make me look like something when it comes to doing big effects. I would have to be a chosen one. It'd have to be natural. Right? I understand that I get prayers. We all do. And if they work out, well, I guess God's on my side. You know what I mean? And that's not evil. I haven't cut off the chicken's head for it. I haven't hurt anybody for it, for a blood sacrifice like the Mayans. Right? To get the weather the word. All I did was be me and speak truth and change to that area of honesty and righteousness. Then started talking to the ones that like to speak the script. I've even put out the script myself, like I've seen them do recently, when you give the script to the public down the street in front of businesses. Now, I understand that businesses use their power of the devil to get rid of you, right? But try even doing it from your church. You let me know. I know you can't do it from your home because you're out of your bubble. You know what I mean? As I've been in trouble just by playing some psalms and that. I didn't get in trouble by playing it. They come in with a new trick. They come in with old tactics and old stories to shut you off, to get you to stop playing it. Because if they can do that, what do you think they'll do next? You know what I mean? It's pretty sick. And that's what I was doing when the next move happened, right? I played their own selves. You know what I mean? In two different areas. Put you down for a minute. Play this for a second. We'll leave it there. But at the moment, we're in limbo. Either something's happening or nothing's happening, and the path will continue the way it always has, which would be sad, wouldn't it, in the outcomes we've had through history.
Right? So somebody out here could be wondering, like, why the hell, if it's like, why is it so hard for somebody to...
And once again, I said to Emma, before I went home, I was to get rid of myself, and she said, no, be here for us and all this, and changed my mind in a lot of areas, but it needed to be bigger. You know how some people say, that job just doesn't satisfy me. This is just all that knowledge for you to do a little bit every now and then. It still doesn't satisfy me. And you still don't believe me and have to check up on a lot of things. So I'm not satisfied that I'm happy in this area. So I'll use this knowledge that I have and the time that I have left and the time that I get to hopefully help others, and hopefully it'll help me as well as I help them. You know the circle. But helping others all the time, no one wants to be a bitch saint where all you do is be a slave. No one. Because the saint, even after death, still becomes a bitch for these people as they use their hair, their story, to get more gifts from the saint. Pretty sad, isn't it? That's how I see it. You tell me if I see that wrong. You tell me how you see it, right, when it comes to saints. But in the end, that's pretty much the story. It's a little bit like an old lady I watched the doco about when she was dying, about how she spoke about her life of a mother, right? And she had a good little life at the start, but then half her life of a mother in the end because she became a mother early and couldn't learn and all these things, and certain outcomes. She ended up had to be reliant, which is what they call a reliant woman mother figure, relying on the husband, right, and all that kind of thing, that she ended up just watching TV. She even got to a point where she watched so much TV, watched it all and it repeats, it doesn't keep up. It's not very good for the people that just watch it. But it happens. Even the good ones get to a point where they've got to sit down and watch these stupid repeat stuff that people get a lot of money for, but they can't even put a little effort into it every day, so it's not so repeatful. You know what I mean? These people make up your movie list in fucking 2 hours for the whole year and then get paid $100,000 for doing it, right? It's pretty sad. And so this old lady ends up going, I want to die because all I'm doing is just watching repeat. And most of my life was just repeat. When I look back on my life, I think it was pretty boring and pretty why bother living. All I did was be alive, learnt to feed myself and then a child of mine for a little while, got through all the bullshit of the sins of the life and then repeated it over and over and over and over and over again until we had a last sad story, which is what most collective get. You die alone, you die with not much. Unless you do the devil's bad apple. And all those ones get certain things. And unless you get lucky and win lottery, right? Or someone dies and leaves you money to a good person. Those things happen. But other than that, good luck in the world of sin, isn't it? Because in the world of sin, you need a lot of luck. In the world of righteousness, you don't, because you'll learn from your mistakes and you move on and you don't repeat, right? And you upgrade. But in the world of sin, what do you see? They build castles, gets knocked down. They build castles, gets knocked down. Let's continue for a second.
Whatever. See, the thing about whoever they're trying to do this to, it's so much. Okay, how can I say this?
Right, I'm just going to do a little skip. Let's just do that for a minute. And we'll get that for a minute. Got to have the sin, right, as we're still fixing it.
Person.
Now, I've already explained why those ads are there. Went to pay, and it said I didn't pay. And I videoed it all, and that was already a part where I knew I was getting attacked, and I'm not stupid, and I won't do it again. It's like that system. They'll go, look, pay, you're all right, no one's going to... And then later on, they'll do it again. And to stop that, well, it's just to stop paying, stop allowing that to happen again, which I did ages ago, and I've been doing that in all sorts of sectors. Right? I can even get to a sector, no shit, definitely once I can get away from the attack, so get away from the beast, separate it a little bit more, that I don't even need its technology. Wouldn't bother me. I can still be happy in another life. It'd be good to have some gifts and extra things. You ever heard of that? But I don't really need it. But some people, in the way they live, they need it. Some people need a phone to edit and do all these things. That's their life. And if it's shut down, they go, what am I going to do? And you throw them in the bush and they'll die. Right? Because they don't know another life. They need the city, the concrete, the noise, the pollution, the ripping off, the hookers. They need that. Because that's what they created and that's what they live in and that's how they thrive. And if you got that, what does that mean? You have to get rid of them? That's just exactly the same as the tiger needs to kill you and eat you because you've killed most of the deer and stuff like that. The first deer, its favourite food is deer. I love ice cream, deer. Right? So I'm going to go eat some shit that tastes bad because they don't often eat it, right? Rather do that. They do it for fun. No, they do it for a reason, protect their kids. And from the knowledge that they know. So they're doing the right steps with their knowledge. You can teach them. You don't have to shoot them in the head to teach them not to play with you. Right? And they will learn. But you know how humans do things? They always go the quick way. Shoot first and ask questions later, pretty much.
Person. Hey, they having all type of freak accidents. Crazy.
Well, you have shows like Noah where they go, they're here for us. Are they? Why were they here a lot longer before us? Did God like them longer? And if we die soon, right, and we've only been here in a speck of the time, you ever heard the science say? We've been here a speck of the time since all the dinosaurs and all that, right? What? And we die quick, what does that mean? That means we're a bad experiment and we ended quickly. That's what it means.
That don't make no sense.
With our ego. Right?
Finally sharing us
Finally, another one of the bullshit things. And do you understand why them knowing that I'll do that, cut you off, keep fucking with me, cut you off. Oh, we know he does that. So we'll fuck with him. So he cuts off this so we can put in the ads. He does this recording. See, let's tap in. He does this recording. That's why I don't trust them. He that shall not be named. Let's tap in and let's steal it. These things are doing what their history has talked about. They tap in, they manipulate, then they steal. And it's very sad. And all they had to do was prove themselves, and I would have all these texts, messages, and comments, things I wouldn't have checked, we've already met them. All these things would have happened if they went the righteous way. But they haven't, have they? Because they haven't got their manipulating plan yet, you see?
Wow, Joe.
Have they onto you? Wouldn't know. Obviously, you're less of a target. You know,
Somebody is very frustrating.
like I said, sometimes you don't know about the law until you get involved with it. Then you might know the truth. Like the old fine when they say, oh, look, if it goes bad, I can go fight about it. No, you can't. It's a facade. You rock up and they go, no, it just is. What the? We just fucked you more. You believe you can get out of a fine? Pretty much like that. Sad, isn't it?
Yeah, they know
there's no truth or healing. It just is. And when they make the new law, you better follow it. And that's the law of the money. The money made the law. Right? It's the law now. Now you're a law-breaking citizen. Shit.
And also now they worried that you're going to call the cops. So if this person got that...
Don't have to worry about that. I've already done it. You see, people? In my story. So
this person worried you going to call the cops.
Oh, that sounds like the Home Alone story, dude. What do you reckon? But in the Home Alone story, my story... some of the people are cops, perhaps even lawyers, judges, right? Leaders in certain systems.
Yeah, because they know you have evidence now or proof or something, because you said something. And they did not know. You knew.
What do you reckon about the poll?
Like, so it's like, it's weird. So it's like you...
Back in the day, they used to get rapists and stick them up on a pole, right? And stick on the rapists. They go, and then they go down the pole and they go, how'd that feel? And it pop out near their neck. Some of them even stay alive for a while and they died. Just one of the human sins that they do. They said that was comeback. What do you reckon? They raped a lot of people. They even killed some people. Even the ones they raped, they went and killed themselves. So they're classed as a killer. Right? What do you reckon their punishment should be? Should they be locked up in the cell and you pay for their food and they get it sweet in the cell in the end and hang out with their buddies, have a life? Or should they have gotten on that pole? What do you reckon? Which one would have been more righteous in a righteous area if you had to choose each one of them? Right? Now, the other one will never fix them. All the other one is putting him in jail is that you'll pay more to be righteous. I guess that's the righteous story, isn't it? Now, you didn't have to put him on the pole. We could have just gave him an injection and went to sleep. Right? But you let me know what would be the righteous punishment for such a person. And I'll just explain what that person would have been like. What would have been the righteous punishment? You let me know in comments. 2,000 years later, you know what I mean? Because I expect to get the Jesus story. I don't get surprised anymore. I go, hang on. If I'm going this way, the history says this will happen. In fact, history will say my story will probably be deleted for 500 years. A story like this, or 50 years, some bullshit like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking up to something that had a certain story, so you're going to be coming, isn't it? Fucking hell, this righteous thing's hilarious. It better work out in the afterlife, eh, people?
Person in, or you?
Because that's what we hope for, isn't it? Because the afterlife's forever.
Somebody baiting somebody in.
This is a test here, isn't it?
Karma served or something. Karma is being served.
We're in an ultimate reality. What do you reckon?
In the online community, because you backed off.
Because when I was with the devil, my life was sweet. You know what I mean? Not being the devil, just letting it go. Oh, the killer can kill. He's not killing me, you know. When I was doing that. But once I went, nah, fucking, he's doing it. Everybody look at it. He's like, let's go. That's what happens to you, eh? You get the Bible.
They're being
On this
separated
place.
from you.
And then you get,
These people are waking up.
You get your consequences, which is death or what? And then we get to have the eternal life.
This person, they don't know what's going on.
So I'm still on my path, everybody.
Man.
I'm doing the Bible. Everyone wants to do it. I'm doing it, man. And if I die, I get eternal
But they
life.
were so optimistic because they was bullying you. These was the people that was
I've
bullying
already
you.
been telling Emma lately, you can ask her. Then I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for them. So I can go get this eternal life and go chat with God.
On you, saying that they had dictatorship over something, or maybe that's what they said.
Been waking up for a couple of months now. Emma knows this enough. Why do I wake up for? I guess if it's another day, could be something coming. Huh? But I guess we've got to wait on them, like God always keeps saying about these sinners. And then I get to go. So at the moment, we're in the wait. You remember they pulled out a card all the time now? These dudes just waiting. They're just waiting. They're waiting.
They did something with someone in your family. They was collaborating with this person. Or it could be a child of yours. They could be between the ages of 18 and 24. They've been working with them. So they yeah, we in there. Of course we gonna get it.
There you go. They all work with each other, you see.
Altercation could have broke out.
And then they break you. And they grab your family and friends and they kill that. They kill your missus. They kill your man. They take care of it. The devil comes in for it all. And then if you can sacrifice all that, see your woman getting raped and all these things terrible, then you get to have eternal life. What of a kind of a God though, eh? Fucking hell. That's what I'm going to talk to him about. I'm going to go, shit, getting this eternal life, some of them that are dead, you're a bit of a prick. You know that? And I want to talk to you about it.
Okay. Wow.
And when they die and they get here, my missus and all these, we want to talk to you about something together.
I have some sort of supernatural attachment to them now. They thought luck was on their side.
Letting that killer run around all the time. You can stop him, but what are you doing? You know what I mean? Let me know if you've got that same question that you might have to God when you get to the eternal life.
Whoever they bride here could be already disturbed. Whoever he is,
there's some disturbed people around here.
They were good, we good. But they shocked because you found this person weakness.
How you going with your test on this place?
Because it
what do
didn't
you reckon?
work.
Are you a Bible reader?
Or something, I don't know.
What type of religion do you have? Do you have any religion? You just the flow of going along with the devil? You know what I mean? So if you do anything that's unrighteous or work with someone that does things unrighteous, hurts the planet, hurts animals, but you just cut the skin, you didn't kill it. You're working for them.
It's wild, y'all.
Just in a lower rank. What rank are you working in? You know? Mutual. Everyone's probably linked to everyone in some sort of case. It's lower and lower, even right down to the ones they believe they're the righteous in some cases. Are still linked, where they ask them for donations, but they get the donations linked to these areas. And they could save and do other things, but they prefer not to and keep doing it. So they keep getting the feed from that link. Right? So they're not changing. You can get a little bit of that feed, as I talked about, when they get donations. You've got to try to fix yourself with it, like a parent in your money. But if you keep going, I need donations, 20 years later, can you please still donate to us? I know we've got a lot of fancy buildings. That's because you donated to us. You know what I mean? We didn't create our own business. We don't have these dancers. We don't have these scientists or all these things that we've created from our system so we can make more money so we don't have to ask for donations. No, it's always donations. Even though we've got a shitload of money, it's your sin to donate to us. And when you do, that's actually a part of a sin that I see people, that you keep donating to people that don't need it, or they deserve what they went through, or they didn't want to change, and you're donating to them to keep it all trucking. A little bit like insurance, donating people to go build in a low area where flood's going to come. It's bound to come. And we'll donate to it, and then we'll see how much money or whatever before it happens again. And if it happens too much, we'll have a whinge and we'll change it around because we're all here to make money. You know what I mean?
Remember something?
It's not about real insurance and being right. It's actually just a money game and gambling.
Like you don't remember such and such and such. I don't know. When you
Anyway,
supported
I'm
someone,
really sick of this shit. And I think I'm going to leave it there. Do you want to know the rest? Go check it out. Perhaps she might have the copyright it one day without her giving money and all that kind of stuff and joining their game. You can't play their game too well, you know what I mean? And so I'd have to play their game in that area, the copyright, which they probably want me to do. Right? Because once you've done it, then they're like, you're just like us, or you've done it now. And then they've got the blackmail shit. That's why they're trying to get Australians to have these subs. So they go, now stop saying what you're saying about green and trying to change the world. You get in fucking line, right? And have a good one, everybody. Don't say and dream that you could make a sub that fits for you and that you can still have deadly missiles and all the other deadly stuff, right? That's not as bad, as full on as bad as the pollution that you'll cause when you lose your sub, and this thing when it comes to 1,000 years of hell when radiation gets out, and it's bound to. You play with the knife, you're bound to get cut, right? The Titanic will fucking sink. Don't say it's unsinkable. It gives us the shits who know shit and history. Stop falling out of the last rain, you know what I mean? See you later.